Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the Starting Monday podcast. I am Barry Stephen, and I am with Mr.
Matthew
Percival.
Yeah, thank you.
We've not met for a wee while. We're keen to chat to you guys about all sorts of stuff, fitness related, non-fitness related.
This is a jam, by the way.
I'm just keeping it going as the tunes are on.
Going until it stops.
Anyway, Matthew, we'll let this play out.
We're going to let it play out. It could go on for half an hour. Oh, there we go. There we go.
How are you, man?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
I'm good. Been working today, so been a productive day.
I haven't. I worked 13 hours yesterday from 9 a.m. till 10 p.m. So today I'm not working.
It's not a competition.
All right. So how are you, Barry? Are you good?
Do you know what I'm liking? I'm liking the fact that the sun's out today.
Yeah, no, I've noticed that. And everyone's a lot happier.
Did you notice?
I did see it. I saw it in the sky and I was like, Jesus, that's bright. You turned that up.
Yeah, but how much does that affect our mood and our general personality and how we communicate with other people? And
do you find like on the weekend you want to get out more? You know what I mean? Do stuff. As soon as the sun's out, you're like, oh, I'll go do that. I'll go do this.
Absolutely.
It's weird, isn't it? I guess it makes sense, but it's still weird.
I love the weekend.
Do you?
Do you like the weekend?
I do like the weekend.
Who doesn't like the weekend?
Did you have sunglasses on today?
No.
Come on, it's sunglasses weather, man.
I'll be honest with you, Matthew. Sorry, I need to burp there. that can of Knockos hit me.
Is it? Going straight in. Yeah, go on. Sunglasses.
I rarely put sunglasses on even when I'm on holiday. It's
Why?
like, I don't know.
You just love squinting at the sun the whole time. Your face will get sore.
I'm just one of these stupid people that forget sunglasses.
Do you know? Yeah, but like if I'm on holiday and like I don't have sunglasses on, do you not find like your face gets sore because you're so scrunchy the whole time?
Yes, I need sunglasses. I only recently, maybe about a year ago, bought myself a decent pair of sunglasses.
What did you? I bet you got like the dad Oakleys. You know what I mean?
No,
they're quite small and then thin going back.
I'm always
you
the guy.
You should get a pair of them. Rock them.
I'm just the guy that gets the cheap ones, and then
same.
you stand on them the day one.
Yeah.
But then you still wear them, kind of squint, and then you lose them, and then eventually you get fed up. And I just borrow my wife's.
I buy a new pair every year because I lose them. I don't care about them.
So I got a pair of Pradas. Was that all right?
You're a little bit bougie, aren't you?
Yeah. I'm
trying to think what mine are. Mine are. I can't remember what mine are. Mine are a brand as well, to be fair, this time. Yeah. They weren't too bad, though.
But I rarely wear them. I forget.
You've got Prada sunglasses, you little bougie guy.
It might be sunny today.
Check you out.
But there's no need to be wearing sunglasses today.
There is. Get the sunglasses on, guys. Enjoy yourselves. Enjoy yourselves. What's been new? You did High Rocks again. Ugh.
I know. It's everywhere, is it?
It is everywhere. No, to be fair, it looks great. We had a few people in our gym doing it as well. It was huge. Like, I seemed like everyone was doing it, the Glasgow one.
Yeah, no, it was a really good event. It was really well run. I saw a lot of people that I knew taking part, which was good.
Did you do better?
Well, I can't compare it because I did a doubles.
Yeah, but you feel you did better?
Yeah, and we did really well. I feel like we did well.
What's your time?
1 hour and 12 minutes.
I noticed Jodie at our gym, she showed me how to... you can see people's times and like how well you did in each event.
Yeah.
So how well did you do in each event? Did you do well?
Yeah. No, we did pretty well. I think our highest one was the sled pull. We came 39th.
Oh, right, okay.
And
it's pretty cool they do that. Each
quite
event
high.
You can see how well you did. It's pretty cool.
And I think for our age group, we were 38th or something.
Yeah, it's obviously like not really a diverse age group. You know, you're getting a bit old over there, Barry.
Well, that's the thing.
How many people were there your age? 38.
That's the thing. I think it's quite a young... it's more of a young thing, I would say. But there is all age groups. There's people right up to their 70s doing it. But
probably.
I think it's more of a young thing.
It's trendy, isn't it? It's trendy.
It is, but it's fun, and it's. I'm glad I've done it, and I'll definitely do it again.
Have you planned one already?
I'm gonna do Birmingham. I've booked Birmingham with my friend Kev again. So we're gonna do a doubles one again.
Try and beat it.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Yeah. So shave a couple of minutes off.
Have you been to Birmingham before?
I've never actually been there.
I've driven through it. That's it.
Yeah. So interested to go there, and
what date? When is it?
It's October.
Okay, so a bit of time.
October. Anyway, what have you been up to?
Fitness-wise, just same old. Nothing exciting.
Just lifting heavy weights.
You know what? I'm less injured than I used to be, so it's good. I'm back squatting and deadlifting. I could have done a little peak, but I decided to be a bit smart and deload a little bit and go back to some volume stuff for a while to then build back up. And yeah, it's going well.
You're Mr. Consistent.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. Apart from that, I went to London and that was it.
I saw you in London. You enjoy it?
I had a great time.
Crystal Palace?
I was at Crystal Palace. I went to Windsor. I went everywhere, really. I went to the Tottenham Stadium. I climbed the Tottenham Stadium.
Oh, you went up there, did you?
Yeah, I climbed it. And I also went to West Ham v Brentford.
Was it scary?
Jared Bowen's first ever hat trick.
Was it scary walking across?
What where the chicken is?
Yeah,
yeah. So
tell us about that, because I want to do that. But
no, it's actually not bad. It's not bad. But really? One thing I do hate is glass floors. I'm not bad with heights. I don't particularly love them.
Is it a glass floor?
It's a glass floor.
Nah,
it is.
Oh my!
But it's not full. It's not sheer glass. It's got black dots on it, so it's a bit different. If you go to Tower Bridge, this is random. We're in a fitness podcast. I'm just talking about holiday in London. You go to Tower Bridge, you can climb over the old pedestrian walkways they have for when they used to raise the bridge. Mm-hmm. And they've got glass floors there, but they're just sheet glass. And I'm like sweating when I was on them. I was like, oh, this is horrible. This is horrible. But Tottenham Stadium, all right. It's actually good. The stadium is great. Have you ever seen it? I'm guessing maybe at some point on TV. Yeah. It's unbelievably good stadium, I must say. I was like, oh, it can't be that good. And I got there and went,
state of the art, is it?
Yeah. And then I went to West Ham, Brentford, and Crystal Palace v Burnley, 2 games. You've been to Crystal Palace as well, haven't you? Selhurst Park?
Yeah, I like going to my random football stadiums.
Out of 10, what would you give it?
I'd give it a high rating. I love older grounds, to be perfectly honest with you. I know you've just mentioned Spurs ground there, and I'd imagine that's like one of the best in the world. But I like going to places that are like old school.
Yeah.
Know? It's got a bit more of an atmosphere to it. I just enjoy those type of grounds, like even like a lot of Scottish grounds, like the lower league grounds and stuff like that. I'm quite fascinated by that, actually. I've got a few
out of
books.
10 then. Out of 10, what are you giving it?
I'd give it a high 8.5.
I'd give it like an 8, 9.
Yeah.
We were in a standing section, and you're right, it's because it's an old ground. Like you find, like obviously going to West Ham, it's a big stadium. It's got so many entrances.
I wouldn't enjoy that as much, West Ham.
Yeah, you just get in. Like getting in's easy. Whilst there, we were outside for like 30 minutes because to get in, there was 2 little doorways, and that was it.
Well, maybe that's the downside of it, but
it was nice though. You're right, it is nice. So you got another football trip planned then?
Not yet, actually, but we will get one in the calendar. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Why not?
Every year, go somewhere.
You should go to a Man United European night.
Now. Anyway, what have you got for us this week?
We're going to chat about bits and bobs, like a bit about training, etc., aren't we? And kind of see how we get on. That's what we're going to do. So we're going to talk like styles of training. Oh. What's your current style? Yours would be a bit more interesting, to be fair. What are you currently doing? Well, because you're fitnessy, like hybrid, aren't you? So kind of like, what are you up to?
Well, I took a week off last week, which I thought was a good idea, because after doing something quite intense and big, I think just in general your body feels, fatigued mentally, physically, and I just think sometimes it's good just to take a full week of rest. I did actually think about doing a couple of sessions, but then I thought, do you know what? I'm probably not going to do it justice. I'm just going to take a good week of rest.
Hit a goal, and then it's good to then go, well, what's next, and just chill out for a bit.
Yeah, because not only did my body feel tired, I also and sore. You just know in yourself. Sometimes you feel a little bit lower on strength, lower on energy, and I just think after any sort of like peak or big thing that you've built up to, you've obviously put a lot of hours in, a lot of hard training, and gradually built it up. It's sometimes good to just
chill.
Take a week off.
100%.
And then I got back into training this week. I did 3 sessions. I may do a session tomorrow, so that'll be 4. 3 full body sessions. So,
okay, weights, or you did boot camps before? You still doing boot camps?
What I did was, I joined in with our boot camp program at the gym. I went to the 3 different classes basically. A couple of reasons. One, it was good motivation being around other people. 2, it was convenient at times that
Kinda
I
suited
was
you.
happy to train, and it was just a good mixture of upper, lower, some core, a little bit of cardio, but nothing too heavy. So I just thought it was a good way to break me back in. I know we'll speak about different forms of training as we go through the podcast today, but yeah, and probably wouldn't train like that every single week.
No, sort of like getting back into it, you know.
So
bits and bobs sort of vibe.
next week is like, for me, would be like the start of a program, start of a new structure.
Do you have an idea of what you're going to do, or?
Well, I guess I'm a little bit not afraid to say it, but and I guess there'll be a lot of people out there that probably can relate to this. But sometimes you do feel a bit lost at times.
I think it's harder for you because, like, obviously it's like hybrid, isn't it? So it's like you got a lot of different strings to your bow. Like, what do you focus on, and what do you do?
I'm not a high rocks athlete.
Yeah, but you like hybrid sort of training. You are fitnessy based, but do you strength stuff? It's a bit different.
Yeah, so it's what do I want to achieve?
I'm not a high rocks athlete, but I train similar to doing high rocks.
Yeah. my sort of nuts and bolts and bread and butter, it'll be like getting back to doing like proper strength training.
Okay, cool.
Hypertrophy stroke strength based work. Probably more full body though, rather than like upper lowers and splits and stuff like that. Keeping it more full body based,
and then trying to keep your fitness up at the same time.
I'll keep my fitness up through a bit of running and probably a little bit of circuit based work. And cool. that to me is a nice structure for me. I'm 42, so.
You're 42?
Or am I 41? I don't know.
You look great though.
What age am I?
33, 34?
I was born in 82.
26.
But
you're confused by your own age.
What about you? Are you just doing like 3 by 3?
I'm still 5 days a week. I do upper lower, and I do a full body day as well. So my Sundays I train. So tomorrow I'll be doing a full body day, which is, by the way, see, week 4, that full body day is the worst session in the world. Like, so bad. Just takes like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and by then I'm like, kill me.
See, but, Matthew, I just wouldn't do a training session that took me that long.
That's not true. When we trained over lockdown, we took forever.
Yeah, but what else?
Unless you had something to do afterwards. Yeah,
there was nothing else to do.
Yeah, that's true. That's only that session. I think most sessions probably take me an hour and 15, maybe an hour and a half max. Yeah. But no, I'm upper lower. I do a full body day. So the full body day, for people wondering, is like an accessory day. There's a deadlift based workout, a squat based workout for my lowers, and then there's a bench day and an accessory bench day for my uppers. Pretty simple stuff, really.
Well, let's talk about training and different types of training. Give the viewers some insight. I mean, I'm probably
Barry's sitting there because I've wrote down everything, and he's wrote down like 3 words, and he's like looking at me, think, what are we talking about again? But we got loads of different training types. It depends, because we can look at training as like a broad spectrum in terms of like the days or the splits you can do, like push, pull, legs. We're not really going to talk about that, are we? We're going to talk about like things you can do in your sessions. So like drop sets, top sets, rest, pause. You put up a good one, 5x5. What a classic. It's died, hasn't it? When was the last time you ever spoke to someone who's doing 5x5 strength?
Well, tell us why we would do 5x5, first of all. In fact, even more basic than that, what is 5x5?
You do 5 sets, you do 5 reps of compound lift, and that's basically it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember it's like starting.
What exercises?
Remember they called it starting strength, wasn't it? That was what the program was called. And if I remember correctly, it was two exercises 5x5 and then an accessory exercise, wasn't it? That was like the original split, and then people have added to it, etc., and sort of changed it about.
And we would use like our sort of big compound lifts, like squat, deadlift, military press, bench press. Yeah, maybe if you can do them.
Rows were chucked in there sometimes and all that. Yeah, rows and pull-ups were chucked in there. It was a very good program. I think it's very simple, which makes it quite good. Obviously, especially when people are beginners, they overcomplicated it. Like I remember looking at 5x5 thinking, I wouldn't do that because I need to do my 3 different types of cable flies. Like I've got to do incline, flat, and decline cable flies. So it's for me.
For me, it's a good. I wouldn't say it was a beginner program. I'd say it was more intermediate level.
It probably is, yeah.
So that it's a good progression from like your general 3x10 or single set program where you're getting quite a lot of
Yeah, I'd
volume
agree.
with sort of 8 to 12 rep range stuff, and you want to progress to a slightly heavier routine where you're pushing your strength levels a little bit, lifting heavier loads, bringing your rep ranges down somewhat. It's quite a nice, simple, easy way to get into that. Would you say?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Without going super heavy, because you're not going to go more than.
It's an introduction to strength training.
Yeah.
What it is basically. What about drop sets? Because they're not as common as they used to be. When you first started training, when I first started training, like drop sets were trendy. They were huge. Everyone was doing drop sets. But do you do them? When was the last time you did a drop set?
Occasionally, I'll put them into certain movements. Maybe like at the tail end of the sets. For example, if a classic one would be leg extension. We'll do like maybe say the program's 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 15 reps.
Yeah.
On that last set, I'll maybe push it and do a drop set. So let's explain a drop set, Matthew. So we would do our 12 to 15 reps, but then we would just obviously we would be pretty close to failure for those reps.
Yeah.
Maybe even failure on that last set, but we would immediately just drop the weight to a lighter load, which we would theoretically be able to lift straight away or with minimal rest straight after it. And we would lift it for X amount of reps until we start to fatigue on that weight.
Yeah.
Then we'd drop it again, and maybe we would do that like a maximum of like 3, maybe 4 times. So the total volume of that set has maybe like quadrupled in terms of reps.
Yeah, and then fatigue and all that is built up. I feel like you can program it actually quite well if you thought about what weight you're going to drop to and how many reps you're going to do in each one.
Yeah.
And if you're going to increase that week to week. But I always used it just as a Hail Mary, just like repping it out and just keep going and dropping, and no idea how many reps I've done. My legs are on fire by this point.
Exactly. It's a fun way to finish.
If you're doing a bro workout with your friend, like you 2 lads lifting in the gym, 2 girls lifting in the gym, whatever. I feel like a drop set's a good little bonding experience, isn't it? You just beast yourself.
Well,
but I haven't done one in forever.
Do you not think it's a good way to show to yourself that you've got more in the tank?
Yeah.
Like you can work
a good point, to be
at
fair.
a higher intensity.
We're talking
You
about
can
like
push yourself.
mental capacity now. And that's a good
you can
point.
do more.
You can always do more.
And it can maybe help break through like little plateaus and things like that if you just chuck in things like this.
For everyone listening, you can always do more. We know when you do a set of 8 and you go, oh, that was so hard, I couldn't do one more rep. Yeah, you guess what? You could have done. Mm-hmm. You could have done.
Mm-hmm. But I've got to be honest with you, it's not something that I use a huge amount of, but it's definitely a little thing that we can bring in now and again, which can be quite fun and effective.
There's a training protocol I do use quite a lot. Any ideas? You should know, actually. You follow me on Instagram, so I always post about it.
Rest pause?
Nah, I do top sets.
Okay.
I do top sets a lot. I love a top set. For anyone listening, it's basically like you're building up to a...
What about people that are not listening?
Well, they're buggered, aren't they? They've got no idea what's going on. You're building up to like a set which is like heavier than you could do for multiple sets, but you could manage the reps, for example. I do it all the time because I quite like... For me, it's like the mental focus of knowing I've got to come in and do that one big set, and then I'll do back off sets where the weight might drop 10 kilograms, and then I'll do multiple sets on that weight. So
you're building up to an ultimate set.
Yes.
Like a set, like the main set.
Yep, one.
And the focus of the session or that exercise is on this set.
Yeah.
And you're just going to put every ounce of your being into this set.
Well, ideally to progress each week, so not every...
And then after that set, you'll do like 2 or 3 lighter sets.
For example, what did I do? I did 180 on deadlifts for 6.
And was 6 the aim?
6 was the aim.
And
it was my first time deadlifting again. So that's week 1 of my program. And then I backed off to 160 and I did 6 on that. So it's like a lighter set after that.
What's the benefits to that?
For me, it's like the mental focus, I think. I've done in the past where I would do like 3 sets of 6 at a certain weight, but I'm always like, oh, I've got 3 of these, you know what I mean? Ugh. But with that, I've got 1 set. That's it. 1 set that's really heavy. I can focus on that and just build up to that. For me, it works really well. I think a lot of my clients quite like training like that as well. Usually they're like, oh, can we go back to top sets? I'm like, Yeah, sure.
Do you not think as well that when you back off those lighter sets, even though they're not light, they just feel a bit lighter?
Smooth, feel so much better.
Yeah.
Like so much better. Again, yeah. It's through like CNS loading, isn't it? So your nervous system switching on for that heavy set, and then it's capable of that, and then you're dropping it, so it feels easy.
So if you did like a top set of 6 at a heavy weight, and then you just drop down to slightly lighter weight for maybe 2 more sets of 6, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, well, it depends on where I am in my block book.
But just say for example.
Yeah, you could do.
Is and that, put that against maybe like a standard 3x6. Do you think it's a better way to train?
No.
You just think it's a different way to train?
It's a different way of training, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the 3x6 is a bit of a thought for me. I like that one set.
Okay.
I like that. So 3x6, like straight sets are just as good. They're just a little bit, I feel they're a little bit more boring, a little bit less interesting. So could, rather doing 160 and 180, could I have just some 170 for multiple sets? You know what I mean? Yeah, probably. But
what training methods do you like to use with, general everyday clients? What are sort of go-to ones, or what are things that
supersets are probably quite common. Supersets. And then in group settings, giant sets where you're doing multiple exercises. I quite like a giant set. So if people are training in a group, giant sets, and if they're maybe we need to get more volume in, obviously you're probably the same as me, like sessions are an hour long, right, with the client, so you want to get more volume in. Yeah. Supersets are a pretty good go-to.
So we use supersets to get more done in the same sort of time frame.
Yeah, less time. So usually, I think, obviously doing a PT course, always agonist and antagonist, isn't it? Like opposites. But you can do complete polar opposites like legs and an upper body exercise, right? Yeah. And it's just very efficient. It's a bit obviously more taxing heart rate wise and cardiovascular wise, but in terms of getting volume in, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I probably use supersets as a training method with clients every single day. Just because it's time efficient, we're getting more work done. You can like push somebody on a lower body exercise, but then put them straight into an upper body exercise. Okay, they're a little bit fatigued in terms of their heart rate's up and they're maybe breathing a little bit heavier, but they've got a whole set of muscle groups there that are fresh. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can get them working that a little bit harder, and then like you said there, we can obviously combine similar muscle groups as well. We could maybe make it more of a push and pull effect.
Yeah.
So there's different ways of using that in the program.
I think supersets are probably one of the best training methods out there.
I would say so.
Like you use so much. They're so good.
Especially if your goals are like quite general, like you want to look better, you want to lose a bit of weight, you want to improve your fitness, you want to get stronger, but you don't want to be Matthew Strong.
Oh, let's calm down. Don't say Matthew Strong. Guys, for everyone listening, there's so many people stronger than me. Like millions.
Yeah, but
millions.
But the flip side is you wouldn't use supersets if your goal was to get super, super strong.
I use them in my training a little bit on my full body day.
But you're not
accessory day.
You're not doing your top set of squats and then going straight into a top set of something else, are you?
No, I'd throw up.
Exactly. So there's always a reason to use a method, and there's always a reason maybe not to use it. So like if your goal was to purely focus on strength and get stronger, then the supersets is probably not your go-to. But maybe later on in the session that would be useful.
So you can throw in, yeah. I feel like people think they need to use a lot of different training methods and all this sort of stuff and throw it in their programs. Or again, it comes down to exercises, right? They need to do so many exercises. I've got to hit this, I've got to hit that. You don't. You use them if you need them. Otherwise, straight sets and all that are pretty good.
Absolutely.
Do their job.
The key ones, and I know this is a bit boring, but it's consistency, frequency, making sure that you're training enough. And being consistent with it, making sure that you're hitting the right movements enough and being consistent with it. Otherwise, what's the point?
What's the point? You put one in here that I've never really used. My brother used to use it. It's funny. I remember back in the days, he used to train at Pure Gym, and I used to slag him off. He was only like 18. He would do this training method, and I'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing?" So rest, pause, go on. You probably know more about than I do. I've never done it in my life. I've never used it.
I think it's something that I use without thinking about it. like, so not like programming it in as an actual thing that I'm specifically going to do that day. It's maybe, for example, maybe we're on the bench press, all right, and it's potentially the last set, and I'm hoping to get maybe like 8 to 12 reps, let's say, and you
get
feel
3. You've already done 3. You've got to rest.
No, but you feel that fatigue kick in, maybe 7, 8. You're really sort of like getting to the point where technique's breaking down. You're struggling to get that last rep, and your spotter racks it for you. You take maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, maybe longer if needed, but you take enough to get a little bit of rest and a little bit of breath, and then you unrack it, get another 2 reps.
Get stuck back in.
Pop it back on, do the same, unrack it, get 1 more rep, and you've increased your volume. You've got 3 or 4 extra reps there that you wouldn't have got had you just took that last set as a set of 7 and walked away. So
True.
In terms of progression, in getting through sticking points, and I suppose the most important thing when you're training is progressive overload. That's a way that we could sort of get there.
Get some, yeah.
But you kind of like...
I never do it. Never done it.
It's not something that I would...
If I rest, I'm done. Like in my head, I'm like, Matthew, that set should have been better. Do better next time. Not, I'll get back under the bar. That's too late.
Probably wouldn't use it on squats purely because, I mean, you could, but I don't think I would, because it's so technical, and you've got to unrack the bar, and you've got to set your feet, and you've got to get yourself into position again, and there's a lot more. There's a lot more to it. Do you know what I mean? It maybe work better with a leg press or something like that.
Yeah, some accessory based exercise, like
something a bit safer.
Curls, push downs, lat raises, shoulder press, whatever. Yeah. You got a bit more free reign. That's true.
A training method that I used to use when I first started out, and it's something that probably a lot of people use, is pyramid sets.
Oh yeah, classic.
Yeah, let's talk about pyramids.
Absolute classic. I like a reverse pyramid.
I knew you'd want to do it the other way.
It's basically a opposite. It's basically where you build up, like your reps get lower and your intensity gets, aka your weight gets heavier as you go.
So we're going what?
It's a classic.
12,
like
10, 8, 6.
Yeah, what was it? 12? Did you do 12, 10, 8, 6? Yeah.
Well,
or you do 10, 8, 6, 4, you know?
Just all the even numbers.
It's always twos, isn't it? It's
not
never
the odds.
It's never 10, 9, 8, 7, 6 or anything like that, is it? It's always 10, 8, 6, 4.
But you can do it the other way around.
You can. Heavy set first. I prefer that because, like, I feel like the volume always tires you out for your heavy set. You know what I mean? Whilst your heavy set doesn't really tire you out for your volume. So I like going to the heavy set first and then backing off that way.
Well, I like a pyramid because I think I feel like it keeps you interested, because each set is different.
Yeah.
Each set's a different intensity.
Each set's a different focus. Weight. Yeah. You know, it feels different. You know, it's going to be easier or heavier, or you're ready for it. You know?
You're getting more of a pump off of the higher rep sets, and you know, you're working more on your strength on the lower rep sets. You're getting a little bit of the best of both, if you know what I mean. So it's I feel like it's a decent intermediate program. You know, once you got past that beginner level,
it's pretty fun. Pyramid sets are pretty fun.
It's something that you could use.
It's a great one,
and we program quite a bit with clients and things like that. Let's talk about circuit training. Well, I should probably talk about it since I do it.
To be fair, I teach a lot of boot camps, so love a circuit. But yeah, you go on circuit pro. Well,
a circuit's usually like a group of exercises, maybe like 5 to 10 exercises.
Yeah.
10 would be quite a lot, to be fair.
10's quite a lot.
You know, maybe say 4 to 10.
Still kept 10 in. Like how you said 10's quite a lot. Maybe 4 to 10 instead.
No, but it
10.
is. Still.
10 exercises is a lot.
Lots of different exercises. So with circuit training, we tend to utilize a mix of different movements. So like uppers and lowers and core, and
cardio
maybe
as well.
Put some cardio exercises in there.
Little ski erg, little assault bike.
Yeah. So like it's a good all rounder. It's something that you're never going to be lifting heavy weights with this form of training. It doesn't mean to say it's not going to be hard and beneficial and that you can't build strength, but it's not something that you're going to lift a lot of weight with because you've got very little rest period.
We
tend to have like low rest periods, so it makes a good training method for like building general fitness, building your cardiovascular fitness, especially if you're not into like running and traditional forms of cardiovascular training. You could get a similar effect doing circuit-based work.
Very efficient as well. You get a lot of work done in like
a lot of work done. Use your body weight, and it's been a great way for me as a personal trainer to help get people in shape, get them healthier.
I love them. I love teaching boot camps and circuit classes and things like that. I think they're great fun.
Yeah, circuit training is like it's one of these ones where you've been to a circuit that's been laid out really badly. Have you
paper on the floor? Remember when you did that for the first time? You did the first circuit, you had a little paper.
There's nothing wrong with the paper on the floor. I did that today.
Well, you still do it.
Sometimes you got to do it. No, but
it's very sweet. I like the idea of getting your cards ready before you go in.
Sometimes, my client will be, I went to circuit class the other day, and I wasn't able to move my arms for the next 7 days. And I'm like, all right, what happened? But then there was like 5 shoulder exercises back to back.
Yeah, all back to back. Yeah.
You know? So I
will say sometimes I do things like that just to be a dick. If I'm teaching, I'm like, I put those two together, they'll hate that.
So I think you do need to program it well. So like, you need to have certain movements need to follow other movements, and you need to put the combination of exercises together in a specific way so that people can still work with good form under fatigue. I think, but yeah, I love circuit training. What else, Matthew?
That's all I've got, to be fair. We've kind of fired through all. But I wanted to ask.
Now, you mentioned giant sets there, but we never really
giant sets.
Homed in.
We got trisets and giant sets. They're all the same things, really. Just bigger. Supersets, giant sets, trisets.
Yeah.
Supersets are 2 exercises. Trisets are 3. Giant sets are anything over, where you do like several exercises all back to back to back to back to back.
And we can mix up the muscle groups, or basically home in
like
on the
circuit.
same muscle
It's
group.
like a mini circuit, a giant set. It's really efficient. Again, if you need to do a lot of volume, so if in group settings, if you have like small groups, I find them really efficient to kind of get a lot of work done in a small amount of time. And again, similar to circuits, like you're going to do shoulders into shoulders into shoulders, or chest into chest into chest. It's all maybe a chest exercise, a lower body exercise, a shoulder exercise, a back exercise, maybe a core exercise. So that's your 5.
I like to use these methods, trisets, giant sets, when we're training arms, just because I feel like you don't need
the intensity is not that high, is it?
Yeah, you don't need a heap of rest when you're training smaller muscle groups like biceps and triceps. I know my biceps are quite big compared to yours, but in general, it's a small muscle group.
In general, it's a small muscle group. That's mental. The guy said in general, but for me, it's absolutely massive.
No, I'm only kidding. But,
huge.
Yeah, just
Well, go on then. I was going to ask you, what's your favorite exercise? I bet it's going to be a bicep curl now, isn't it?
I do like a bicep curl, but I think we've covered this before.
But anyone who's listened, that was probably a year and a half ago, because we've released 10 episodes and it takes us about 2 months per episode. So if you do the math, it's probably 2 years ago.
I'll tell you what I don't like.
Yeah, go on. What do you not like?
I hate...
it's a standard, I bet I can guess it. Bulgarian split squats.
What? Not specifically Bulgarian split squats. Any sort of...
Any lunge.
Any split squat, lunge, single leg exercise.
Everyone does.
And...
It's brilliant, isn't it? It's mad that everyone hates them. Like, everyone hates them.
It's kind of a weird, like, pain. It's not like it's a pain, it's like it's hurting me or anything like that, but it's just a pain. Do you know what I mean? There's the balance element, there's like the stability.
It's
like,
awful.
The strength, and then sometimes you see like your clients lifting like slightly heavier than you, and you're like, fucking hell, I'm shit at this. You know what I mean?
It's because you don't do it. Because you never like it. But I did lunges Thursday, and I was like, you know what? I'll do reverse lunges, dumbbells. I'll do one leg at a time. So I'll just do one leg, little rest, another leg. Still crap. Still hate it. Still hate it. Didn't make it any better. I wish I
prefer
did both legs at once.
Doing that as opposed to going left, right, left, right, left, right.
No, I do one leg, but then I went straight. Usually I'd go straight into the other leg, but I was like, I'll rest and then I'll do the next leg.
That just prolongs it, does it?
It did. It just prolonged the horribleness of the lunges. I was like, oh God, this is awful.
Yeah.
This is awful. I like a barbell reverse lunge though. I don't hate it. I don't like it by any means. It's
I'm committed though.
5 out of 10.
I'm committed to keeping these exercises in my program, and even
You've got to.
maybe putting more of these exercises in my program, because I need to break through that and get better at it. Work your weaknesses.
Break through your misery.
Make your weaknesses your strengths.
Wow. So profound.
So I know what Arnie did when he when he first started out. He was told his calves were terrible, and then he just made his calves the best calves in bodybuilding.
Yeah, he was just an absolute monster in general, wasn't he?
So I think so. But exercise I like everything, mate.
You literally just named
Apart from that,
a whole area of exercise you absolutely hate, and you said, "Oh, I like everything."
do you like doing glute exercises?
Not particularly, no. You're looking at me with the most sus face in the world.
Well, just random question.
No, I don't
doing
really do
glute
them.
exercises?
No, I don't. I don't like doing them.
Do you do them?
Yeah.
What ones do you do?
Well, for people wondering, I was in the gym this week, and I was chatting to someone about this. My quads are like ridiculously strong. I can do, like, for example, we've got a leg extension machine. I don't do two legs at the same time anymore because it's not heavy enough. So I'll put it on like 75 kilograms, and I'll do one leg for sets of 10 with like slow eccentrics, like 3 seconds on the way down.
Okay.
I can't do that on the leg curl with both my legs. I do like 50 odd kilograms on the leg curl, and my hamstrings are gone. And then someone comes on who's like, I'm like, 110 kilograms? Someone comes on who's like 60 kilograms, just puts it on like 80 and starts repping out. I'm like, oh, cool, cheers, man.
Yeah, but is their form good?
No, the form is good. My hamstrings just have no strength. No strength. So I'm all glute and I'm all quad on any exercise I do.
I
Quads
find
and
that a
glutes.
lot of people do hamstring curls badly.
Barry, I've used your machine in the gym and I put it on 2 and I was dying.
Well, that makes me feel a bit better.
But yeah, bet yours is on like 6 or 8.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on
not 8.
Barry, I'm on
not
2.
8, not 8. Maybe about 6, yeah. Which I thought was pretty poor, but then you started talking about 50 to 80 kilos, so I was starting to get a bit concerned. But I generally think that's an exercise people do well.
Wrong, yeah.
All I hear, you hear the machines getting smashed about, and like you're just like, there's no tension there, or they're not getting full range of motion. They're not getting that pad right into their butt at the top.
True.
It's definitely a movement that, as a PT, I'm like, right, let's improve on this. Let's reduce the weight. Let's increase the range of motion. Let's slow it down. Let's get your hamstrings feeling it a bit more.
Yours is different though. Yours is the lying leg curl, isn't it?
Oh, you're talking about the seated one.
Yeah, we're seated.
Ugh, yeah, 120 kilos easy.
Yeah, I can't do anything. It's upsetting. It's upsetting.
Is there any other exercises you think out there that people do in the gym that they could do with a little pep talk from me and you right now, in terms of like doing it better?
Everything.
No, but there's a few culprits. There'll be a few culprits.
Oh God, you put me on the spot. Well, I got to think. What are the worst done the worst?
There's a few culprits.
I think lat pull down's a pretty classic one where people try and pull into their lap.
Pull it into their lap.
Yeah, they remember they pull down. Guys who are listening,
lap pull down.
But they think lat pull down, so they pull down rather than pulling in. If that makes sense. So like you pull in, don't you?
You're doing a really good impression with your arms for me right now.
Yeah. Everyone listening, just zone out for a second. Speaking to Barry. So basically, when you doing a lat pull down, you should lean back slightly and pull into your chest.
Yes.
But a lot of people pull straight down.
I've not seen that happen since I worked in a commercial gym.
Yeah, but that's a common one, isn't
Yeah.
it? Well, what do you see? What do your members do wrong, Barry?
Nothing. Not a thing.
Go on. Shame.
To be honest with you, being a smaller gym, PT-based gym,
Yeah, it's going to be different, isn't it?
you have the ability to really teach people how to lift properly and sort of police it better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of course, people do things wrong and stuff like that. And beginners, you should give much more leeway as they're like learning certain things, as long as they keep the intensity low.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They'll get better at it and
100%.
stuff. But
here's one for you though. Have you ever had this where you have someone who's obviously gone to the gym for quite a while, but they take any machine or any piece of kit and they try and use it a different way? You know what I mean? And you're watching them, they get a chest press and then now it's a row.
Oh, for
They get
God's
the
sake.
shoulder press and it's the wrong way around. Like they're using it the other direction. And you're like, have you come in today with the sheer goal of doing everything differently? It's like the Joker. Just watch the world burn. Goes on the treadmill, walks backwards. You're like, oh, come on.
I can relate a little bit because I won't mention any names, but like I was doing our boot camp class this morning, and it's effectively a circuit. Really simple, explain everything really, really well, and have those little cards on the floor like we just talked about as well, explaining some little things. But there's always one or two people that want to turn the most basic, simple concept, basic, simple movement into something highly complex.
Yeah, just completely throw a spanner in the works.
Yeah, like, I'm like,
it's just a bicep curl, mate. Just curl the bar. Just curl it. I love it. I find it brilliant because like they've thought about like how can I use this machine completely differently and not the way it's been built for. It's fantastic.
Going back to where we're speaking about exercises, I guess lateral raises and bicep curls, two movements that people could be guilty of just using a lot of momentum.
I feel like it's less common now. Lat raise cheating is less common, isn't it? Than it used to be prolific.
Yeah.
People used to like grab two really heavy dumbbells with like little T-Rex arms, for people who are listening, T-Rex arms, and then just like flap them up and down. And you're like, oh yeah, man, I'm doing 20 kilogram lat raises, pal, in the gym here. Like, oh man, you must be massive, eh? And then really, they're just doing little chicken wing things. That was common.
I don't think I've progressed past the 10s ever. No, I have. 12 and a half, but that's about it.
If I'm doing standing, I can do 15s, but like for like 8. So I usually stick to the 10, 12 and a half range. That's your comfort zone. But I'm still pushing myself. I usually try and get the reps up. As soon as you go heavier, it becomes impossible, doesn't it?
It does. Right, what else you got for me, Matthew, in your little list of
I want to chat to you
topics.
about topics. I want to chat to you about caffeine.
Oh, okay.
Because I'm still curious. Are you still having like a little coffee before you work out, and that's just your thing?
You going to tell me that it's scientifically proven that it's not good for me or something?
Proven. No, I was wondering if you're still drinking caffeine. I thought it'd be quite interesting.
Absolutely. Caffeine is one of my
He's literally drinking caffeine like right now. I think it's finished.
vices.
What have you got? What have you got right now? No cocoa?
I've got a little Noco.
What do you call it? Is it not no cocoa or is it Noco?
I don't know.
Let's see it. How does it spell?
Nocco.
Oh yeah, it's spelled Nocc. It's Noco.
Anyway.
What flavour?
I think it's Grand Sour. It's like lemon flavour.
Nice.
I'm more of a coffee drinker, to be honest with you. I just picked that up before I came here because I was a bit sleepy and I didn't want to be too sleepy.
Too fair.
For the listeners.
I had a monster before we
but coffee in the morning, do like my coffee in the morning, and I would have caffeine pre-workout. Yeah, I would, yeah.
Still coffee pre-workout?
Coffee, yeah.
I'm no longer having morning coffees.
Okay. Why not?
I just feel like I have too much caffeine these days. So I try and avoid it in the mornings. And I don't feel that bad. Yeah. I feel like it's more of a mental thing. I think I had to have a coffee in the morning. I feel all right.
I do think I've cut back in recent years, like gradually. I'll probably have 3 coffees a day, if that's acceptable.
It's all right if you're having one pre-workout, I guess. I'll
have 2 in the morning and 1 pre-workout.
I still have pre-workout. Like pre-workout, not coffee pre-workout.
But like this is quite late in the day for me to have caffeine, and that probably will affect my sleep. I'll be honest with you.
Oh my God, that's
later
shocking.
on tonight. And that's generally why I probably won't drink caffeine too late in the day. And also, the more you drink, the less effect you get. You know?
Yeah, it's a slippery slope where you're like, oh, the caffeine's not affecting me anymore. You're like, okay, that's bad.
Yeah,
that's bad. I've got 2 more things I want to ask you though, and they're not really training related. I want to ask you first of all, who's winning tomorrow? Man United v Liverpool. Score prediction.
Okay,
guys who listen to this.
Shall I go with my heart or my head?
You got to go with your head, because if you go with your heart, you're going to be wrong. But the people who listen to this, they can go check this and see if you were right or not. So that's what I want to know.
Remind me, it's at Old Trafford, right?
Yeah, Old Trafford is falling down. Do 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 do.
Okay, here is my prediction.
Okay,
all right. My prediction is Manchester United 2, Liverpool
scored 2 goals.
1.
2-1 Man United. Yeah. I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
Okay.
And you go 2-1 Man United. That is nice to see. And my next question for you, obviously this is coming up on my social medias quite a lot recently. Logan Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Oh, yes.
And I'm only interested because it's Mike. I love Mike Tyson.
Oh, me too.
He's a baller. Like, the guy's an animal. First of all, have you seen him training?
Yeah, I've seen the clips. It's frightening, isn't it?
Guy still got it. He's still got it.
What is this all about?
He's so fast and powerful. The guy, how old is Mike Tyson? 50 odd? He must be pushing on to 60. I wouldn't want to be 100 million miles from him. The guy's an animal. He'd kill you.
Can I ask a couple of questions, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a big expert on the boxing at all. All right.
You're wondering why they're fighting?
No, I guess it's to do with money.
It's 100% to do with money.
So yeah.
Mike's probably spent it all.
What do you think the outcome will be?
Mike Tyson will destroy Jake Paul. And if he doesn't, I'm never recording this podcast ever again. I'm joking. But it would be, I think the issue you're going to have is Mike will be told to make it a spectacle. I think Mike Tyson could knock him out in like a minute. Genuinely in a minute. How powerful and fast that guy is. He can knock him out in a minute. But he'll be told, yeah, you've got to make it a spectacle. You've got to make it last a few rounds, blah, blah, blah. And he'll get to round 3. He'll go, oh my God, I'm 50 odd. I'm so tired. And then he could lose. But I think Mike Tyson. It's got to be Tyson, right? Who do you think?
Well,
if you vote on Jake Paul, that's crazy. But
no.
You could be devil's advocate and then you go, oh, I told you it's going to be Jake.
No, I couldn't see it finishing any other way, really, to be honest with you.
When is it? Do you know when it is? I didn't even look up when it was.
No idea. But I do follow Mike Tyson on social media and all these random pages and stuff. And the clips, they're pretty impressive.
Clips you've been watching and I'm like, Jesus. He's still got it. Yeah. He's still got it, which is absolutely mad. Because a lot of athletes lose what they had, a little bit. But the guy's still an absolute animal. And there, to be fair, on the topic, there is Tyson Fury's fighting, isn't he? Usyk. That's soon.
Is it?
Yeah. Who do you think? I think they've rescheduled it. Who do you think's going to win that? Let me see.
Again, I'm no big boxing expert, but I am a Tyson Fury fan, so I'm going for him, and I'm hopeful that he would win. I'm
pretty sure because it didn't get called off and it's been rescheduled or something.
I don't know.
Let me double check.
I'm just 18th
of May.
Your question.
18th of May 2024. Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk. Yeah, I'm Tyson Fury as well. I really hope he wins it. I really do. But that's everything we've got to talk about, Barry. We've kind of fired through it. We have absolutely... Barry, we've been talking for 48 minutes. We have blessed the people listening with a 50-minute podcast. You're welcome, guys. We apologize that we haven't recorded for 2 months. But,
that's why we've been waffling for 50 minutes.
Yeah, because we had to make up to you guys, obviously.
But it is getting into the summer. It is getting better weather, lighter nights. So, we hope that you guys are motivated to get out, get your steps, get moving a bit more now that you can do that a little bit more, because the winter was pretty minging, wasn't it?
It was awful.
It was pretty dark and dingy.
It's funny that everyone's just like miserable. As soon as the sun comes out, everyone's happier.
So let's hope that these next few months building up to the summer are positive for everybody.
Your best months. Go enjoy yourselves.
And build up to the summer, get into your training, get stuck into it. Let us know what training you're doing, what you're training for. Me and Matthew, you can contact us anytime.
Yeah, if you have any topics you want us to speak about as well, or anything you want us to discuss, even if it's stupid, it could be funny. So let us know.
We like speaking a lot of crap as well.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate it, and we will speak to you soon.